Welcome to AI in 8 minutes or less, your daily AI update. Today, we're going to talk about something called tutorial hell. And I'm going to give you the exact roadmap to learn Python for AI and finally break out of that endless cycle of just watching videos.
All right, so let's dive right in. I bet this sounds familiar. You're trying to learn Python for AI, right? You're watching tutorial after tutorial, you've got your notes out, you're nodding along, you totally feel like you're getting it. And then it happens. You sit down, you open up your code editor, you're all fired up to finally build something real, and nothing. Your brain just goes completely blank. It's like you can't connect any of the dots from what you just spent hours watching. And let me tell you, it is so frustrating, but you are not alone.
Yeah, this feeling actually has a name. We call it tutorial hell. And it's especially tough in the AI world. Because let's be real, there's a new framework or some groundbreaking model dropping like every single week. So you feel this pressure to just watch more and more and more.
But look, breaking out of this cycle, it's absolutely crucial. Why? Because Python is, without a doubt, the language of AI. And getting good at it, well, it has some pretty huge career benefits. I mean, just look at these numbers. We're talking about average starting salaries for AI engineers in the US. That's some serious motivation right there.
So the big question is, how do we fix this? How do we escape? Well, the secret isn't watching more tutorials. Nope, the secret is to completely change how you learn. You gotta make a shift from just passively watching stuff to actively building stuff.
And there's actually some real science to back this up. It's pretty wild. Check this out. When you're just passively watching a video, you might remember, maybe 20% of it. But the moment you switch to active learning, to actually getting your hands dirty and building something, that retention rate shoots up. We're talking 75, even 90%. That is a massive game-changing difference.
And here's why that happens. When you're just watching, you're following a recipe. Someone else is making all the decisions. You might understand what each line of code does, sure, but you're not building that critical problem-solving muscle. It's like watching someone lift weights instead of lifting them yourself. But when you build, you're the one in the driver's seat. You make the decisions, you hit the bugs and figure them out. And that switch from what just feels like learning to what is learning, man, that's everything.
Okay, so how do you actually start building? Well, here's the other big secret, the one nobody really tells you. You do not need to learn all of Python to get started with AI, not even close. All you need is a focused little starting kit. This right here, this is your foundation. Think of it like your core toolkit. You need variables, data types, lists and dictionaries, loops, functions, the basics. And two really important ones for AI. You have to get comfortable working with JSON because that's how pretty much all AI APIs talk. And you need to know the basics of pip for managing your libraries. Seriously, once you can look at a Python script with these things in it and not feel lost, you are ready to build. That's it.
And hey, just as important is the stuff you can totally ignore for now. I see so many people get stuck for weeks trying to master really deep object-oriented programming or crazy concepts like meta-classes and decorators. Trust me, you can put all that on a shelf. You'll learn it when you need it for a project. For now, just focus on that core kit we just talked about.
All right, so you've got your starter kit. Now it's time for the fun part. The most important part, actually. It's time to apply those skills and start building projects right away. This is where the magic happens. This is where you really learn.
So here's your first challenge. Build a simple little chatbot that runs in your terminal. And try to do it within your first week of learning. It's way easier than it sounds. You just get an API key from a place like OpenAI, install their library with pip, and write maybe 10 lines of code. And when you do this, all those concepts we just listed, they suddenly click. Dictionaries? Oh, that's how the API wants the message. Lists? That's perfect for storing the chat history. It all starts to make sense.
And from there, you just start leveling up. You stack your skills. First, you take that chatbot and give it a memory. That'll force you to get really good with lists and dictionaries. Next up, try building an AI that can summarize a file for you. That teaches you how to handle files and gets you into the basics of RAG, which is a huge deal in AI right now. And then, maybe you build a simple AI agent with a tool. Now you're learning about JSON schemas and more complex logic. See? Every project adds another critical skill to your belt.
Okay, but here's a word of warning. Once you've built a few things, it's so easy to slip back into old habits. That comfort of just watching another video. It can be really tempting. So here's how you avoid that trap and make sure you keep growing.
From now on, your growth is going to come from 3 places. Number 1, read the docs. The official documentation for libraries like OpenAI or LangChain, that's your new best friend. It's the source of truth. Number 2, rebuild and enhance. Take a project you already made and make it better. Add a database, deploy it to the web, something. And number 3, treat tutorials like a scalpel, not a sledgehammer. Only watch one when you are totally stuck on one very specific problem. Look, if you take away only one single thing today, please let it be this. It's the one-to-one rule. It's super simple. For every 1 hour you spend watching or reading learning content, you must spend at least 1 hour writing your own code. It's a simple rule of thumb that forces you to balance what you consume with what you create. It's how you guarantee you're actually applying what you learn.
So, when it all boils down, it comes to this one question. Are you going to be a content consumer or a code creator? Because let me tell you, the path to becoming a real AI engineer, it's not paved with the number of videos you've watched. It's paved with the lines of code you've written, the bugs you've squashed, and the cool projects you've actually brought to life. The choice is totally up to you. If you enjoyed this, subscribe to AI in 8 minutes and never miss what matters.